Hello, friends and fellow flute enthusiasts, and thanks so much for tuning in. Today, I want to share a couple of new flutes that we're going to be launching on our Horizons Flute store. We carry flute cases, educational materials, lots of flutes, a pre-owned flute program, lots of things on horizonsflutestore.com, as well as our educational platform, horizonsfluteschool.com. Today, we're launching these flutes by Marton Pap, also known as the Flute Man. So we have a Raven series and a Feather series, and so today I wanted to give you an example of how they sound and what they look like. I'm going to start with the Raven series. We do have a limited number of quantity when it comes to these. Each one is handmade, so wood grain and even some of the detailing will differ a little bit based on what you see here and perhaps the photos online. I just wanted to give that disclaimer because as we unbox them, we realize they all have little different characteristics. Largely, they are the same, but they just have little nuances that are different. So the Raven series features, this is White Narra Wood. Some of this does have some spalting in it. Some of it does not. There are burned feathers at the end of the flute here. It has a carved raven head. Really cool. Photos will do this better justice than the camera here today. Also some burned feathers up here on the mouthpiece as well. There's some signing down below. What I do like is this jute as a leather or as a flute tie here rather than leather. It adds a really nice and interesting aesthetic to the flute. You can replace this with leather. The jute does slip a little, so anytime you get a flute out of the box, I mentioned a trade-in program, a pre-owned flute program earlier. When I pull flutes out of boxes, when we get them from vendors or from anyone who trades in a flute, things shift during flight. And so always readjust, even if it's sitting on your rack at home. I see a lot of flute players, even at events and stuff, where the block is loose. So before I play any flute, what I'm doing is I'm aligning it, the totem, the block, the bird, whatever you want to call it here. I'm aligning it and then just cinching down to make sure that it's tight on the flute. Block position is really important. So when you pull a flute out of the bag and you just start to blow on it, it may not have the best sound. You need to make some adjustments here. So let's hear this dry. This is in the key of F. The Raven series comes only in the key of F. That's what we're offering it as. And the Feather series comes in G. Here it is dry, and then I'll add a little reverb. All right, so that is the Raven in F, White Narra Wood. Again, some has spalting, not everyone will. Next, we're going to go over to the G, and we'll have measurements on our website of these. That way you can get a little bit more granular in the detail. A very similar design as the one I just played. This one is in Red Narra Wood, so it has a little bit different coloring to it, but again has the burned feathers at the end, both ends rather, so towards the mouthpiece and the foot of the flute. It does feature jute as the tie here. Again, this does like to slip a little bit, so make sure that it's tied tight. And it has this beautiful feather on the top of the flute here, also made from wood. Tighten it up, let's see how it sounds. The G in comparison to the F is a little bit shorter. The holes are closer together. It's not as, it doesn't have as much girth as the F flute. So here it is dry. All right, so wonderful flutes. These are in 440 hertz, so these are concert tuned. We do not offer these in 432. We do offer some other flutes on our website in 432 as well as other keys outside of these, but these are two new flutes that we're adding to our offerings at Horizons Flute Store. Check them out. Check out our other accessories, cases, bags. We'll be launching stands here shortly, so just keep an eye on us. We appreciate you tuning in here. If you have any questions about these flutes, playing the flute, anything flute related, please feel free to drop that below or reach out to us through our website, horizonsflutestore.com, as well as horizonsfluteschool.com. Thanks so much. We'll see you in another video soon.